Hey everybody, this is just a little something that I wanted to share. It's not going to be long, um, but it's something I feel like might help someone. I don't know. I hope it does. Back in May, we had a church picnic, and I was stepping out of the car, and my leg started bleeding, and I knew I had a mole there, but it had never done that before, and it was a little bit scary. Someone gave me a Band-Aid. I washed it off. I put the Band-Aid on, went through the picnic, didn't tell anyone. And it took me a while to work through those feelings, being scared. In fact, it took me all of June and part of July to do that. Even though I knew that time was crucial, I still was trying to work through those feelings. And in July, there was something different. I didn't have any pain. I didn't have any burning sensations or stinging, or nothing like that. But I could actually feel something in my leg. That's all I can say, because there was no lump that I could feel, nothing physical. It was just I could feel it there. And when I told the doctor that, he completely understood. So I think it must be a pretty normal thing. That was in July, and I went outside, and I told my husband that, okay, I'm calling the doctor about that mole. And he said, about time, get it done. And we both went to it was a new family doctor. Mine had moved, so it was a new family doctor, and he was very concerned with it. He told me that I had A, B, C, and D symptoms. The asymmetry, the border, the collar, that just everything. And the fact that it had been bleeding made it E, everything, he said. And so he was concerned. He said, my hope is that I'll get this report back from the dermatologist and it will say everything's okay. Oh, when he said that, I felt this clenching up in my stomach, because that's what I wanted to say, but I didn't want that voiced by someone, a professional, with doubt. So he made an appointment with a dermatologist, or tried to, because they said that dermatology is a huge summer doctor situation, because all the teenagers are trying to get their skin cleared up for going back to school. And so I called every day, and finally they had a break in their schedule where they could move my appointment up a couple of weeks. And I went to the dermatologist, and he looked at it and he said, this is not good. And he said, you've been out in the sun a lot in your life. And I thought, well, I don't sunburn. I've maybe had a couple of sunburns in my life besides my forehead. And he said, no, you were raised in the country, I'd guess, and you were out in the sun a lot. And he said, either your mom or your dad had moles. I said, my dad. He said, well, you can thank your dad for this. And he proceeded to take that mole off to send to pathology, and they cauterized it, and it bled before I left the doctor's office, so they cauterized it again. When we got the pathology report back the next week, it was indeed melanoma, and he made an appointment with a surgeon for me, and we went to see the surgeon, and he said that according to the American Cancer Society guidelines, that he would cut a centimeter from the border around all of the border, and because of its position, it would be much more oblong than it was wide. And he said that I would have trouble walking because your leg is pretty hard to heal. And you're on it, you're off it, you're flexing your foot, it's just the hardest place on your body, he said, to heal. But we went in that day, and he took care of the surgery. When I came out, he had taken a piece of me out about the size of a hot dog bun, not that deep, but about that big around, and then stretched the skin to cover that spot. So when I started to walk, it felt like I was a pirate walking on a peg leg, or it felt like I had a drain pipe wrapped around my leg between my knee and my foot. And it doesn't hurt. I am a week away from that surgery now, and it hasn't hurt. I haven't had any pain in it that I couldn't bear. Luckily for me, I have a good family to pitch in and help. I have people getting groceries for me. I have people cooking for me. I have people changing my bandage because, as I said, not a very good patient. Everybody's really been helpful. And I can tell you that the people who send you cards, the people who call you, the people who text you, just to tell you that they're thinking of you is worth more, much more than you could ever believe. But I stumbled across this website about melanoma, and this person who created this website wanted to make it graphic enough that people would no longer say, oh, well, I have to die of something, I might as well die of this, and go ahead and go to the tanning beds, or go ahead and send their kids outside without sunscreen on. And I don't want people to be so afraid of the minor steps that they neglect them and they turn into major steps. And that's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. This is Command Central now. I'm in my recliner. This is the stack of papers that I need to deal with on a daily basis. It's schoolwork for my grandsons. It's bills for the family. It's the remote for the TV. It's the blanket covering me. It's a pillow under my leg. And the infamous covering of the scar, which I am sure no one wants to see. It's all the school books that we have to deal with. It's the telephone. This is Command Center. So one last thing. I wanted to say that I have always worn long sleeves, but I will be wearing sunscreen, and I will be shopping for a hat as soon as I'm able to get out. I just think it's the wisest thing in the world to cover your skin. Surely there was a reason that God put clothes on Adam and Eve. Surely there was a reason. That's my last thing. My grandsons were teasing me. They said to please be sure and like and subscribe this video and put a comment in the comment sections. But I just want people to take the baby step. If you've got a mole that looks a little odd, its border is getting a little bit crooked, if it's changed colors a little bit, you make sure you take the time to go to your doctor right away. That's it. So I just want to thank y'all for listening.